Olivia Rodriguez, little Mexican girl. It's always crying. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maida. You saw that right. For this set, we are doing a set inspired by Miss Olivia Rodrigo. I love Olivia Rodrigo, by the way. She is an incredibly talented artist of her generation. I feel old as hell, dude. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that. I was really inspired and I have been loving her Guts album. I like Sour, but it wasn't necessarily because I related to the themes within the album. Just her sheer talent and her voice. I love her style as well. When I first heard Guts, I don't know, my love for her reignited, and I feel like if you are a 34-year-old, 17-year-old, you're gonna find a lot of the themes that she discusses in this album. They're a lot more mature, a lot more, I don't know, maybe even relatable, and she's amazing. But anyway, long story short, I love Olivia Rodrigo. You're gonna hear me say her name. Like, let's play a game. Take a drink of water every time you hear me say Olivia Rodrigo in the video, because I say it a lot. I do want to mention my usual disclaimer. I'm not a professional. I'm a DIY girly nail enthusiast. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. I really enjoyed making it for you. I love the way that the nails came out, and I'm excited to show you how I did them. So without further ado, let's get to the nails. This is how I did my nails and what inspired them. So I started off with dehydrator. I skipped the primer because I just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't do it. And then I applied base coat. I'm also sizing out my cover tips, which for today's set will be almond shaped. So I'm just making sure that the cover tips fit from sidewall to sidewall. These cover tips don't come with an etched underside. I have to do this little extra step. I could go in with a sanding band and just kind of edge the inside that way, but I find it to be less messy to just use primer. And I'm really working the brush into the cover tip, and this will ensure that any adhesive that I apply to the cover tip will grip onto those scratch marks and will adhere much better. I'm putting a nice and generous amount of glue into the cover tip first before then popping them onto my nail bed. I don't want to add too much because it will ooze out through the sides. Since I applied the cover tip a little further away from the cuticle, I want to go in with my sanding band and just go around near the cuticle to help the cover tip blend onto my nail bed. I then make sure to really wipe it clean just to avoid any lifting issues. And then because I do that, because I use the sanding band, I feel that I may be weakening the cover tip ever so slightly. So what I choose to do is to add a little bit of builder gel just with a liner brush over the area that I sanded. do go in with a buffer and then I also apply a base coat. This ensures that everything that comes after is going to go on nice and smoothly. I know many people say that you don't really need a base coat for this step, but I choose to do it just because I feel like it makes the nail look a lot cleaner. So even though I'm going to be using pretty opaque shades, I still want to make sure that my entire application is nice and neat. And I personally really hate the way that the underside of cover tips look. So I do add a little bit of top coat under the cover tip to make them look nice and crisp. Okie dokie, now we're ready for the designs. I'm picking out my color palette and I'm basically using all of the colors in Olivia Rodrigo's branding: purple, black, red, silver, a little bit of blue. And then I also made a few charms, a few star charms by using this mold. I'm gonna make a few different size stars for my first design. So I like to coat my nails first, just so that I know what nails I'm gonna be coloring what. Does that make sense? Anyway, so I used that very classic Olivia Rodrigo lavender shade, and then I'm also using black, a deeper purple. I'm using a little bit of silver glitter, which is super fun, and then doing the same thing for the other hand. I like to keep it random. Some of these are going to be new designs on the opposite hand, but then I do end up repeating at least one or two designs. Also, no worries, I just got a new black gel polish. My handy dandy flash curing lamp is going to be essential for this. I like to apply my charms with it. For this particular nail, I used some of the starry imagery that I found in her website. She also has posters with this star imagery. Now I'm just going to paint these little stars. They're so fun. I use this little silicone mat as my palette. It's a lot easier to clean. Once I'm done with all of the shades, I cure it under the big lamp, and then I'm able to just peel off the leftover gel polish. It seems to me a lot less wasteful. For this design, I'm using one of the merch t-shirts. That is also an image that I've seen a lot in her concert footage, and I think it looks awesome, so I wanted to do that on this set. I start out with the red lips, and I did want to add some texture, so I end up using builder gel to apply some teeth. I thought it was going to create a lot more texture, but it really didn't. Especially when you apply your top coat, it basically flattens everything out. So it didn't quite work. And I'm using my liner brush. This is literally my best friend when it comes to hand painting. I actually cut a little bit more of the bristles of the brush just to make it even more fine. So now with my solid glue gel, I'm making a heart-shaped cake, and I'm shaping it out using the silicone tool. And this design was based off of Olivia's SNL performance where she's smashing the cakes with her hand. She was like rolling around the table. And I'm using more solid glue gel to add the icing on the cake. I do a little bit at a time just because I'm working under really hot lights, so that makes the product softer and it loses its shape after a few seconds. And then also I did write "bad idea" to the center of the cake, and this is obviously after one of the songs in the album, as well as this tank top in the merch store. And I'm sort of going in between the silicone tool and this little nifty spatula. I feel like they both work for different situations, and you need both a soft surface to smooth everything out, but then you also need something that's metal like the spatula so that you can apply the product and then move it about as needed. And I'm using caviar pearls to use in place of the cherries. I want to keep doing more of these cake designs. I have seen them around. I want to see if I can make them look a little more crisp. But yeah, these designs are super fun. And I paint the cherries with a red syrup gel, which I think gives it like an extra, not realistic, because like this cake does not look realistic whatsoever, but you know what I mean. I think it looks cool. I also tried to draw on a blue little star and I couldn't do it. It was way too small and my brush wasn't small enough. For the index finger, I'm doing I'm doing black ribbons inspired by these cute little ribbons on Olivia Rodrigo's website. These are super cute, super trendy. I, however, don't really love the end result of the design. It just, I don't know. I think I should have just stopped at the purple outline that I did. I do end up applying solid glue gel. I guess I was trying to make it look as though it was more of an embossing kind of thing. It didn't quite work out, but that's okay. And as I said, I do repeat designs. I felt like this middle finger needed a little some extra, so I added some white stars to the background. That gave it the look that I was looking for. Yeah, so here I go, adding that solid glue gel over top of the ribbon, but like I said, I don't really like it. It's all right. Ooh, okay, so up next. This is my friendship bracelet nail design. Again, using the solid glue gel just helps carve out some of these little shapes, and I am quite impressed with myself because I'm using my non-dominant hand to paint letters. And I think I did a pretty decent job. And I believe this is one of the first times that I do something like this with this much texture and this much hand painting. But like I said, I'm really proud of them and I would totally do it again. And I also feel like you don't need to do this exact set. Even if you were to pick out like one nail as an accent nail and the rest would be like a solid color, I feel like that would work too. Next, I'm doing the heart on the tank top. So I'm gonna use some hot pink and then more solid glue gel to make some horns. And then I made a little boo-boo here with the heart, but this is one of the cool things about gel polish is that you can always wipe it off and start over, and you can also cure each step so that you're not messing up and beginning entirely from scratch. There we go. These are the little horns and I'm painting them black. And I've seen the red band-aids all throughout the website. I thought it was a cute idea, but I don't know. I think I just needed to flatten out the shape a lot more because it ends up looking just like not so much like a band-aid. The next design is going to be cherries. This design in particular, I was really excited about once I saw the end result. I wasn't entirely sure if this was going to go well with the theme, but then I thought, duh. So I shaped out these little beads. I shaped them out into heart shapes and then painted them with red syrup gel as well to give it that like candied cherry type of look. I did end up repeating the design with the stars. That's only because I was just like exhausted by the end. This set actually took me, it had to have taken me over 4 hours because I had 4 hours of footage and I didn't record each and every single step. It just was such a pleasure to do a nice little set like this. Currently, I'd say my favorite song off of the Guts album, Love is Embarrassing and The Grudge. Those two are just like, and I love her. I love her music. I love her style. And I just wanted to play around a little bit more with nails. So this is what I came up with. And here they are. These are the finished nails. Tell me what you guys think. I've been so excited to share this with you guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my set. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. It helps out my channel. I would really appreciate it. You would be greatly supporting me and my art. My favorite design was the friendship bracelet Guts design. It's so cute. I kind of want to do just an all black set and then have something like that as the one accent nail. Let me know which one's your favorite. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!